Okay, update on precious metals here on July 22nd. It's about 10 a.m., so live market action. These things have been a disaster. It's been really rough, but hopefully you're not sort of in a trap position, already trapped long. It looks like maybe we finally got our daily cycle low for gold. Now, to be really fair, I'll just like if you look at this chart, this looked like a daily cycle low for gold as well. So that was on July 13th, right? It's like, okay, maybe we bottomed here. No, we made new lows, right? And then we dripped. So this follow through we're seeing today is positive, and we'll look at the weekly chart. So it's looking like, maybe this is finally it. And so I guess that's the good news. If you manage to stay out, right, like this whole time, then, maybe it's gotten just bad enough. We've sort of swept the lows a little bit. We have a little fake breakdown type action that now we can make a little bit of money just temporarily. I'd say take your profits quick, keep your stops in, I wouldn't expect this to be another run to like 2000 or even like 1900, honestly, at this point. So this is your week 31. And it's like, man, that's a really long weekly cycle. And so that is further, that adds further credence to the idea that, yeah, maybe we get a little bit of a bounce for a couple weeks, Look how far below the 10-week moving average we are. That is currently at around 1800. Wow. And so definitely could be getting a little bounce here. And that's gold itself. But keep in mind, this is month 79 of the 7 or 8 year cycle. So you're talking anywhere from 84 to 96 months. And so if it's our high came, I'll zoom in here. Our high came on month 56. That's what I just alluded to. That was August 2020. We had a massive double top in February 2022 of this year. Literally missed it by $5? So high of 2070, and this was a high of 2075. Yeah, so we missed it by $5. Epic double top. And so we likely have, at least another, 6 to 10 months to drop if we're thinking of an 84 to 96 month cycle, assuming this was the top, this was your retest of that top, and now, of course, we're going to get lower highs along the way. So this may be the printing of a lower high. So it might be a small trade to make a little money temporarily, but we appear to be in a longer term decline. And if we look at silver, that actually has been in a new daily cycle for a little bit. So today is actually day 6. And that's another positive sign, right? To have silver leading, right? To have silver bottom first also helps. So silver seems to have bottomed on July 14th. It's churned here, still inside the range of this low candle. And now it looks like we're trying to get some bullish follow through. We really need to see a move above, I'd say, this sort of $19 area and we're only at this point 10 to 15 cents away. We have to clear this congestion and ultimately the range of this candle, which is 1923. And then we see if we can get, do we get back up to here? Well, that would be, maybe we get back to 2150 maybe even. And so if you look at the weekly chart on that, just to understand where you are, it's an inside week. So, we're not necessarily getting a very clear signal the way we are with gold. The other thing I point out for gold, I didn't mention, which is also super important, it is about to form a bullish outside weekly candle, which is always helpful, always a positive, always something to add to the positive camp, right? So that is another word for that is a fake breakdown, right? So we made a new low on the weekly, right? We made this massive new low. And now if we can make a high above this high here, so last week's high was 1745. So we need to get another $10 or so. We would create a bullish outside weekly candle because we made a new low and then we make a new high. That's what a bullish outside weekly candle is. You make a new low below the previous week's low, but then you make a new high above it. Either way, if we don't make it this week, we're going to have a compound bullish outside weekly candle. We'll probably get follow through next week. Again, just like the broader markets, the Fed meeting is coming up on Wednesday. We're going to have announcement at 2 p.m., that's going to move the precious metals markets just like it's going to move stocks. And so for silver, it's an inside week. Last week was week 24. And so that may have been our weekly cycle low last week, right? And so we did not make a new low this week. We're just consolidating inside, and now we're still green. So that's definitely positive, right? That's definitely a positive sign. After this precipitous decline, you would expect that we'd at least come back and try to test this like 21 level, even if we were going to roll over again into like an even bigger, major, longer term cycle low. And the final thing I'll look at is GDX, which is following the trajectory of silver to a large degree. So GDX is, it hasn't made a new low like gold and silver. So, or I should say, silver and GDX have not made a new low. So like gold did make that new low, but these guys have kind of held in. They did bottom on that July 14th, and they've now so it's consolidated. And today we're getting another. So this is technically another swing low. So this is a higher swing low, a slightly higher swing low than this one. So on balance, definitely a positive sign. And GDX is the same position as silver. It's an inside week. Last week was week 24. So it is possible that so what that means is it's possible this is week 1 of a new weekly cycle. What we'll need to see is some bullish follow through next week. But I say a really, really small trade could make sense here. The risk reward is definitely favorable given this waterfall decline and the timing and just the technical setup to print a swing low for next week.